Welcome to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, home of the Panthers, in a program built on the backs of legends like Tony Dorsett, Hugh Green, Mark May, and Mike Ditka. Give it the toughness that is epitomized by anyone who plays in the Steel City. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we see the number 7 team in the country, the Jacksonville State Gamecocks, taking on a fellow ACC opponent, the Pittsburgh Panthers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Gamecocks offense takes the field for the first time today. And here's the man they want to get the ball to in this passing game. This is the type of receiver, David, when he's covered, he's still open.
He's still putting that hand up in the air. Coach, I'm still open. And more importantly, his quarterback knows that. They're going to move him all over the field. They're going to feature him on offense. They're going to make sure he gets a lot of touches, whether he's open or whether he's open, because he's always open.
You think the fans are ready for this one? The booth's shaking underneath us, guys. They go to the ground. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? But if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Buying some time. He's got the tight end. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just frees the second level of that defense just for a second. It allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. They're such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
This offense wants to send a message on the opening drive of the game. No punting today. They'll go for it on 4th down. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down. And the Gamecocks have their offense in high gear. They'll leave it with him. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up 2nd and short.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Touch pass on the run. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
Trying to get to him. A little screen to the running back. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Jacksonville State. What a catch and run for 6.
Well, you know this offensive coordinator scripts his opening 10, 15 plays, and he didn't even need that. They went 9 plays and scored a touchdown. Everything working perfectly. They look like a well-oiled machine early in this game offensively.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. From inside the 10, here he comes. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the Pitt Panthers offense will get the ball for the first time. And David, we'll see just how effective they can be on the ground running against a backer like this.
But they're going to do what they do, and they're going to feature their guy. He's an elite running back. You're a great linebacker. Let's see who wins this battle.
There have been entire defenses that haven't been able to slow this running back down. This linebacker, though, he's got the athleticism to do it himself.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. He'll pull it on the read. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise, continuing to get louder and louder, haven't met expectations. And this is the business we live in college sports, when you get paid a lot of money to do a job and you don't perform.
Listen, at the end of the day in college football, it's results-oriented. They have lost football games this year, and so all signs right now pointing to them potentially making that change before next season. If they're going to stay competitive and they're going to field the best team and program possible heading into next year, then it looks as though a change is inevitable here.
Pitt will have to boot this one away. Puts a boot to it. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week, only called on twice. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Guys, we'll see what Jacksonville State can get going on 0. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such...
Gonna take a shot. He's got it down the left. Open runway ahead. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville State.
Every time we speak to defenses before they play this guy, they all know he's going to get the ball thrown his way. They always come up with creative and exotic ways to try to cover him in the back end, but they're never able to get it done. This guy just beats coverage time and time again, and with that last catch, that's now his 15th receiving score in the season.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. First down here for the offense. Wide out in motion. They'll throw it on first down. Looking to buy time. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And this defense continues to bring the heat. First sack of the day, setting the tone in the first quarter. They had 5 last week, ladies and gentlemen. So this defense has been affecting the quarterback and making him feel so uncomfortable.
And they are looking for a ball play that'll work. Now facing second and long from the 19. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Stopped at the 25 after a 5-yard gain.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. He finds his man. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. And the Panthers getting set on first and 10. He wants to throw. Caught in the backfield, it's McFarland. You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Guys, Jacksonville State has the lead here as we've reached the end of the quarter. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. Pumps it downfield. And he was looking over the middle and couldn't make the connection.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment and they've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
Working that left side now. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. The Panthers are marching down the field. Looking for space. It's McFarland. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Catch in the middle. It's McFarland. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy.
Nice job by the running back there on that angle route against zone coverage. He wasn't in a hurry. He was able to sort of find the soft spot in the defense and just gear down, make himself an easy target.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. Getting some heat. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
Sometimes you beat your guy and you get sacked so clean, and sometimes, like on this play, the DBs do a great job covering, make the QB hold the football, and then the rush gets home.
Pocket starts to collapse. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
How about this? It's out of bounds inside the 10, and they're going to mark it right around the 5-yard line. What a great job there. Jacksonville State has it back, and the Gamecocks will go to work. Didn't find much room. He'll pick up a couple out to the 5.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
Pushes his way for a couple and gets it to the 7-yard line.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job game tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
The Gamecocks will send out the punt unit. He only needs a sliver of daylight. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
Shoots it to the left. Makes a connection. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Works his way down to the 10-yard line after a pickup of 3. Hit right back to the line. They'll run the counter. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
When you talk about outstanding pass rushers, you're always talking about dynamic guys, and he's been that each and every week for this defense. Speed, he's got power. You just simply can't block him, and that last play is his 10th sack of the season.
And they'll send out the field goal unit. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. It's good. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Guys, we'll see what Jacksonville State can get going on home. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting, going downfield for the big play. And he makes the catch inside the 25. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. Buys a little extra time. He makes a grab. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal. The big fellas line up in a goal line defense with the run on 1st and goal. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
And this offense is clicking. Another touchdown. Didn't have to go far for this drive, but this offense is doing what they want, how they want, when they want.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Ball State is down, but they are not out of it. Not inside Schumann Stadium, one of the more fun places to watch a game in all of college football. They're trailing by 10 to Kansas. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. On 2nd down, he'll fire. He's got the back in the middle. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the 1st down before he's dragged to the ground. Pitt pushing the pace. They'll throw it on 1st down. Feeling some heat. The quarterback scrambled around, but the defense able to scramble him and turn it into a sack. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Using the quick game. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it. Pittsburgh going to work with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. Got the back over the middle. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the 1st.
Zings it complete to the right. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Wants to fire on 2nd down. And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
And it's right down the boulevard. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. Here's the return from inside his 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Scanning the field, it's Shaw. They're trying to get to it. And the ball is intercepted. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the 1st half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. What a scene there in Pittsburgh. What a fine performance we've seen. And we have to start this halftime breakdown by addressing the play of this elite wide receiver. This is clearly a young man who, once he's finished playing on Saturdays, he's going to be playing on Sundays. The kid has different gears. He has a knack for finding gaps in the defense. And I can't remember a college player with that kind of catch radius. And with that, let's send it back to the guys on the north side of Pittsburgh.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the 2nd half here. And the Gamecocks will kick it away to start the 2nd half. He thought thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring game.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here will be huge.
Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. He's looking to throw it. Lets it fly. Fires the pass. Intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Timing has to be so good. When you're throwing it his own defense over the middle of the field, the ball's got to come out specifically on time because these windows close really quickly. Ball there thrown a little bit late. As a result, it's an INT.
Give to the running back. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the change for the 1st down.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
The offense has it 1st and 10 from the 42. A designed run for the quarterback. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed. He's not the biggest guy in the world, so he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways.
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
They're bringing heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And that's a play on 3rd down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give him a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
And the ball will bounce at the 4 and find its way into the end zone for a touchback. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. 1st down, 10 yards to go. Looking to move it through the air. Makes his connection. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
He wants to pass it on 2nd down. Pulls it in. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the 1st down. Pittsburgh has a really nice drive going. Now they'll run the draw. They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Moving away from pressure. Trying to make magic with his feet. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. And the Panthers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The play action fake. Coming after him. No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35.
And if your job is to irritate, to confuse, to hit, to make quarterbacks feel very uncomfortable, this defense is definitely doing their job. 6 sacks, that's the way to make the quarterback feel like he's having a hard day. He's had no response. This offensive line has no response, just a sack party.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option of working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
They try to pop a run on the draw. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. And very important, not only to generate power, but to find his mark. A 49-yard try from the left. And this one splits the uprights. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Jacksonville State has it back, and the Gamecocks will go to work. I know they've put up really good numbers on offense, but, David, they're starting to feel a little game pressure right now.
Exactly. That scoreboard's starting to get a little bit tired cutting into that lead. Now, you know every possession matters, Palmer. A little pressure for this offense.
Yeah, and so you can't get tight, right? The best players on this offense now need to step up, and they need to start making plays. You got to identify where those one-on-ones are.
First down for this offense. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
Guys, Jacksonville State has the lead here as we've reached the end of the quarter. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Quarterback on the keeper. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, they're trying to go option, but the linebacker shows his open field tackling ability and also his recognition. He expected the quarterback to keep it, went after.
He's going to let it go. He almost had the pick, and that could have given them a boost. Instead, it'll be 3rd down.
Ooh, you're living dangerously now. You've got the lead late in the game. Don't do anything to turn it over, and they almost did throwing it there. If I'm the head coach now, I'm thinking, man, let's just run.
He hurls one deep down the left side. And he makes the catch inside the 20. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. The delay of game pushes the offense back. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. Touchdown, Gamecocks! And once he got loose, it was all over. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. It's always great to get points on a drive, but it would behoove them to try to get it. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Now look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep two hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
On second down, they'll take to the air. He's going for a big play downfield. Snatches it on the right. He's loose. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Panthers.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver, who can design ways to get the football in his hand? Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
Guys, we'll see what Jacksonville State can get going on O. Looking to throw at Shaw. He's looking deep. And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now.
We still got time. Great job by the defense doing the most important thing, getting the ball back to their offense. Now the offense has to answer the bell. A good job creating the turnover. Now the offense, your turn.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing up.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
Well, the problem for this offense now late in the game, trailing by a bunch of points, is that the defense knows they're going to throw the football. And right now, offensively, they cannot protect the edge. You saw the speed coming from the outside. He was able to get to the quarterback for another.
And the ball is picked off. Looking for more room. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Jacksonville State. They've built a comfortable lead and trying to hang on for a Week 13 victory.
Yeah, and that just might do it. Man, offense needed points badly. Defense comes up with the big interception, takes it all the way back just to pad their lead a little bit and make this game almost out of reach.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Troy overcame a tough opponent, and not only that, a raucous crowd. The Trojans tuned out all the noise and showed this team can win on its field, your field, or a neutral field. Well done.
To the air on first down. Pass on the way. It's picked off.
It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way. But I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. He's going to pass. Pressure coming.
And that is a major reason why this team is losing the football game. They can't protect the quarterback. They can't generate big plays in the passing game because up front, they're getting beaten time and time again.
Looking to pass on second down. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Let's see how they set the tone on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Quick completion on the out. No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Pitt right back to the line. Wants to throw on third down. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs. Going for it from there, that's just outsmarting yourself. And guess who's going to pay for it? Your defense backed up with a 1st and goal. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
He'll pick up 3 before he's downed at the 6.
I don't know about that play call, man. Your quarterback's already thrown 3 TDs in this game. Pollock, let him cook down here.
Yeah, I mean, trying to show some balance, but he has had a great day. I trust him. This is a good situation. I'm going to put the ball in his hands, and I'm going to let him throw this football and get a touchdown.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. And here comes the field goal unit. And he'll try it from the right hash, and the angle shouldn't be too bad from this distance. It's good. And now the lead is even bigger. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we had just ran.
And he intercepts it. They didn't give him much of a chance to make that play even bigger, but the turnover has him set up at the 16.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
Well, the linebacker's showing you read and react. He knew exactly where that running play was going, and he beat the football to the line of scrimmage and forced the TFL.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Motion from the offense. He'll take it himself. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they built this lead. They've had a great day today.
Touchdown, Jacksonville State. And the route is on. They stretched this lead here in the 4th, and now they're closing in on their 9th win of the season.
Yeah, salt into wound, right? Late in the 4th quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and get me another touchdown.
From inside the 10, here he comes. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David.
Hit the afterburners, kid. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Caught over the middle. It's Dixon. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy, great execution, just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field, defense was not giving anything up. What a great game plan coming in, and this was just total domination.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.